Good morning, friends, and let me thank the organizers of WIROC Global for this opportunity. So I'm going to speak in favor of uni-compartment knee replacement for the said case. Now, this is the case that has been discussed. The Swapnil just showed us the x-rays. Isolated medial compartment osteoarthritis with good patellofemoral tracking, as we can see on the skyline x-rays. And on the lateral x-ray, obviously, as we can see here, there is good posterior bone. Now, clinical examination also, one has to make sure that the ACL is intact and deformity is correctable in flexion and in valgus stress. Now, as per this meta-analytical study, at least 25 to 47% of the cases where TKR is done are actually suitable for a uni-compartment knee replacement. However, only 7 to 10%, and these are the figures from National Joint Registry, UK. So in this, only 7 to 10% of the surgeons offer this surgery to their patients. It means basically a lot of total knee replacements have been done for patients who actually qualify for a uni-compartment knee replacement. Surgeons have to be confident about the procedure, and patient compliance is something very important in our country because there is a lot of social pressure on the patients that my relative had a total knee, so please doctor, do total knee, don't do uni-compartment, which I have not heard about. So as a surgeon, we should be able to counteract that. Now, what are the advantages of uni, as we all know, and disadvantages of uni? Now, what I have done is taken the support of the literature to prove or disprove all of these points. Let us talk about better and faster recovery. This particular publication from Hospital for Special Surgery in New York. They analyzed the results and they showed here this 3 functional score of American Knee Society score, the Oxford Knee score, and the SF36 physical score. All 3 were significant in uni-compartment group as compared to TKR group. So in conclusion, as per this paper, satisfaction is similar amongst TKR and UKR patients. However, better functional outcome in terms of recreation and sports in UKR patients is found. Even younger patients for UKR did as well as TKR, contrary to the widespread of the belief that UKR patients, young patients don't do so well. But this particular paper said that this UKR patients, they do very well. This another same paper, it shows about medical complication, reduced MI and angina risk in UKR. This forest plot goes more in favor of UKR. Reduced DVT incidence in UKR. Again, the forest plot shows more in favor of UKR. So reduced medical complications, better recovery, and we all know this is a tissue preservation surgery. So according to this paper, it's a more kinematic operation because we preserve the lateral compartment, which is good. We preserve both the cruciate ligaments, which are functioning very well. Proprioception is well preserved because of both the cruciates functioning and they are not touched upon. Better range of movement achieved, and forgotten joint score, which we always try to compare our knees with the hips, forgotten joint score, is higher in uni as compared to UKR. This is the 85% of the bone stock of the entire distal femur, which is preserved, less blood loss, and quicker rehabilitation. As we see, these are the bone cuts from the total knee vis-a-vis that in the UKR. So where? Again, another major problem. The mean wear rate of the medial and lateral combined, lateral bearings combined as a total knee for uni is significantly lower than comparable to the fixed bearing TKR. And this publication is from John Fisher. He is a very good scientific way he studies these papers. So wear of just one medial uni is definitely much less as compared to the fixed bearing. To improve the wear pattern in fixed bearing unis, there are better metallurgy that is available. Moderately cross-linked poly is used. Surgical technique, gap balancing, slightly under correction of the deformity so that we don't overload the lateral compartment. Again, another technical issues, increasing the posterior slope of the tibia reduces the polyethylene wear. Australian registry suggests that in a sigma HP partial fixed bearing, the wear rates and the revision are lowest as compared to all of them at 3 years and 5 years. Medium to long-term follow-up, an old publication from John Goodfellow and David Murray, 98% survivorship at 10 years and 84% survivorship at 22 years in uni. Recent publication, Professor Ray Randall from Australia, 96.1% survival for 179 knees. Annual revision rate is less than 1. Use of post-op opioids significantly reduced as compared to TKR, as we can see in this publication. So these are all the advantages which is supported by the literature. So what are the disadvantages? Early post-op complications, higher revision rate, unexplained pain, especially over the shin, and revision results comparable to primary TKR. Just 1 minute, I'll take extra. UKR, this is a meta-analysis which shows patient-reported outcome measures. And it mentions that both health quality and knee function are more than TKR in the UKR group. No significant difference, however, was observed in post-operative revision. Early complication rate, bearing dislocation, polyethylene wear, which we have seen there are measures of reducing the polyethylene wear. Unexplained pain, for a surgeon it's very tempting to revise a good bone stock is available. Aerial surgical techniques and the use of older generation of implants causes this early complications, which now problem is solved. As we can see, better quality implants and refined surgical techniques, use of technology, especially robotic surgery, the learning curve of doing a uni is significantly reduced. Revision from UK to TKA, again, functionally they do as well as a primary TKR as seen in this particular publication. So another meta-analysis, 13 studies, 944 each TKR and UKR group. UKR improved knee general function and reduced post-operative pain quite significantly, and no difference in the revision rate. So in summary, all perceived advantages are supported by limited, however strong literature. Refinement of the surgical technique and better quality implants have reduced the theoretical disadvantage of the procedure. A long-term study and a further literature support would help. There is a robust evidence to continue use of this procedure for end-stage osteoarthritis. So in this patient, can I suggest that if you have a younger patient, do a uni, give them the first best operation. If you have an older patient where you want to do a uni, give him the only best operation. And that is what I can say about the UKR. Thank you for your attention.